Well, hello, beautiful people. I am so glad to be chatting with you again. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This week's video is a short one. I am sorry about that, but realistically, this is all I got filmed last week. It is a very chill evening clean with me. I was absolutely exhausted because if you've been here for a while, you know I have some sleep issues and it's been particularly bad, but I could not go to bed with my bedroom looking like this, so I just took an hour of when I wished I was sleeping, but I couldn't, and tidied up the bedroom, and then we're gonna go downstairs and clean the living room up, and it's gonna be great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get started. So on this evening, while I was tidying my bedroom and putting stuff away, I very shamefully discovered that I actually did not unpack my carry-on bag that I took with me to Chicago a month prior. It still had stuff in it. So I had a backpack I had taken with me and I had put it on top of my suitcase, and they were just sitting in the corner of the room for 4 weeks, and I just hadn't rolled them back into the closet, so I thought. And that just goes to show I really need these videos because I can see something that needs to be done in the house and just not do it. My mind just skips past it and it does not get done for a long time. So when I went to roll the suitcase in the closet, I just happened to open the backpack and there was stuff in it. So before I put that stuff away, I decided, you know what, I'm going to pull everything out of my hallway closet that I use for linens and also as a medicine cabinet. And I'm just going to quickly go through these bins because that was another thing I needed to do anyway. So I was like, before I put these medicines back in here, let me just quickly go through the bins, discard what's expired, what I don't need, do a little bit of organizing, and knock a really quick little task off my to-do list while I'm at it. I was surprised that I was able to pull a whole garbage bag full of garbage out of the room between clearing out these bins and then my actual room garbage. I had a lot of trash up here, but I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce myself to all you new people. My name is Jay. Welcome to my home. On my channel, I show cleaning videos because I own this home and I really struggle to keep it clean. I guess it literally doesn't matter that I own the home. I'm just used to saying that. And I do occasionally do projects around the house. Those have really slowed down in the past couple months. Once I got all the floors replaced, I've been fairly content with where the house is at and not wanting to spend thousands of dollars on projects all the time anymore. My money is now going where it should, which is into my handbag collection. I also have a totally separate channel where I talk about my obsession with bags. So that's been keeping me busy and that's been fun and a little bit stressful, more stressful than it should be. It's a hobby, but don't we all get too wrapped up in our hobbies sometimes and then they become another source of stress? But yeah, on my channel, you can expect to see cleaning videos. I try to upload at least once every other week. But I did go to Lowe's today and I picked up some paint, so I do have what should hopefully be just a very quick project to do on some closets downstairs, and I want to finally get my guest bedroom together, so I think we have some good stuff coming up in the next 2 to 3 weeks around here. I hope you all have been doing well. And how is the weather in your area? I don't really have any updates this week, which is a good thing. That means things are not worse, right? Things at work are a little bit better. I spoke to some senior engineers. I do work in the tech field. If you're unaware, I work in the tech field. So I talked to some senior engineers about some issues that I've been having with my lack of mobility and how it's becoming a pain point because at this point there's a bigger pay gap between me and some other engineers, and the money wasn't an issue until recently, and now suddenly I'm kind of, you blink and you're not making any more, and I'm like, well, the cost of living is going up, my expectations have gone up, and I'm not getting paid more for it. So I talked to some senior engineers and they helped put things in perspective for me. So I feel a lot better about where I am and I don't feel so insecure anymore. I don't think I'm going to be laid off, knock on wood. I'm not on any hit list any more than anybody else at any company. God forbid, it's happening all the time, everywhere, it seems like. But I feel way more content with where I am, and I have a path to move forward, and hopefully I'll see some career growth toward the end of the year. So that's the goal, but I do feel a lot better about that. And obviously I'm grateful to be employed, and I do make a healthy salary, so I'm not hurting for money. My spending can be curbed some. It can be curbed a lot, but I am currently spending within my means, but I would like to get back on a lower debt journey. I don't want to say debt free because my student loans, me and Advantage, we gonna be together for a while. We gonna be ride or die until I die, it seems like. But I recently got a new car and I have a little bit of a credit card balance now, so I think I could work harder to get those two things down. Just in case something were to happen, I would like to have less expenses per month. You know what I mean? So if I had to, again, God forbid, knock on wood, take less money somewhere, I could still survive at the same level I'm at, right? So anyway, that's where I'm at. And the weather here has been incredible. I am from the Northeast. I never considered myself a winter girl. I like all four seasons. Each has pros and cons. But I'm telling you, today was 58. I think today and yesterday were about the same temperature, 58 degrees. It's been heaven. It has been heaven. It's been sunny, light breeze, so it's not cold. 58, it's incredible. And the real feel is like 50. So it ain't warm out there, but to me, it feels like the perfect spring day. You just put on some long sleeves. It's incredible. So I have been highly enjoying this weather. My allergies have been bad. I think that's what's making me really tired. That's contributing to it, my allergies. But other than that, the temperature here in Maryland, perfection. I know it's about time I mop the floors upstairs. I haven't done it in so long, but I don't know. I don't want to. Do people really mop their upstairs? You can be honest and say, yes, I mop my upstairs. I've asked this before, but it's been probably about a year, and some people were like, yes, we mop upstairs. And I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, I vacuumed and I was happy with that. I turned on my little candle lamp, so I had some vanilla marshmallow going, and then we're going to move downstairs to mainly just put stuff where it goes. I feel like that's so much of my cleaning is putting things on the floor in which they belong, taking stuff upstairs, bringing stuff downstairs. And I know that there's the philosophy, don't put it down, put it away. If I did that, I would be a much more successful person as far as my clean house goes. And I wouldn't have this channel because things would be perfect. But I'm not perfect, so that does not work on me. But in theory, it sounds really good. Maybe that's something you should instill if you have young children. If you start them young, don't put it down, put it away. It'll just become a habit. But we're not that good over here. So I got some laundry to put away, and then not too much this night, not too much. I had washed all my clothes, thank God. So I just had some like sheets and towels and the towels that go in the kitchen to dry the dishes, stuff like that. So a small load, nothing too crazy, and I was very grateful. So something I think that has been impacting the my ability to fall asleep and stay asleep and kind of having a negative impact on my anxiety before sleep is the media that I consume. I know I like to get on here and tell you guys what podcasts I'm listening to, especially when I have a longer cleaning video. I think I'm listening to something in this, but I like to share what podcasts I've been listening to and stuff. And there's this TV show that called Evil Lives Here. And I remember back when, I want to say it was on TV when I still had some cable channels, because I feel like I remember actually watching it on ID channel. But I don't know what streaming platform the ID channel is now. I watch it on Hulu, and it's people recounting their lives with somebody who did evil acts later. And there was an episode, and it profiled the brother of the man who, he was the first person to ever be convicted and sentenced to death based on DNA. And I'd been familiar with the case. He was a serial killer, and his MO kind of really got in my head. He would sometimes lay in wait in people's houses for hours, women's houses. So he would like break in and he would hide in a closet for hours. And then when the person got home, sometimes he would wait until they were kind of like, put the keys down, take off your shoes, you know. In my case, probably change my clothes real quick, settle in, and then he would strike. That is absolutely terrifying, and I have to stop watching that stuff. Like, I would say within 3 hours of me going to bed, I have to stop. I was up just thinking and thinking. At some point, I got up and checked all the rooms in my house. My house is not that big, so it doesn't take long, but it just kind of reminded me that the media you consume really can have an impact on your psyche, and sometimes it's just too much. I guess if I'm already sleeping poorly, I have some other anxieties on my mind, there's other reasons why I'm like having fitful sleep. You add in the worst nightmare fuel ever, and it's like, now I gotta worry about people in my closet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just thought that would be like an interesting anecdote to share. I hope I don't give you nightmares either. It's highly, highly unlikely. And that's the thing with having all of this information at our fingertips. Scenarios that used to be so uncommon, they weren't worth discussing, now kind of become common because you've heard about them and it suddenly becomes a possibility. So anyway, if you want to sleep more soundly tonight, do not watch Evil Lives Here. Maybe watch a cleaning video and just be kind to yourself, be kind to your mind and what information you're taking in. And I hope I see you again very soon.